say what's up this morning. I am your boy G Johnson, also known as G Spice, also known as OG 24/7 365. That is my Twitter handle. I am OG 20. Told y'all I'm gonna explain what that OG 2740 is, and I'm gonna do that later on a separate on a new broadcast. It has to do with my circle of wealth. So I will do that and tell you what, enlighten you on what that 2740 actually stands for. Of course, you know what 247 360, 24/7 365 stands for. Of course, you probably figured that out. But 2740, I don't think a lot of people have figured that out. But anyway, I'm just on here to say great morning to you, grand rising. It is the dawning of a new day. It is the day of new possibilities. And as the Bible says, this is the day that the Lord has made. I will rejoice and be glad therein, for his mercies are renewed. They are new every morning. So this is a new day of the grace that God has for you, whether you believe in him or not. But it is a new day of grace. Yesterday is gone. So they say yesterday is history and tomorrow is a mystery. So we got to live in the now. What you do now, it sets up your tomorrow. So think about that for a minute. What you do now, it actually sets up your tomorrow. So you're collaborating, you're planning, you're doing whatever you have to do to make your tomorrow a better day. So you learn to respond to life situations, anything that's happening in your life. Learn to respond to it rather than react to it, because a reaction can be detrimental. You gotta take time to process. You gotta take time to think things out so that you can make the correct response rather than a reaction. Remember that somebody does ill to you, that don't mean that you have to turn around and do ill to them like spontaneously. No, it doesn't mean that. That's what reactions do. Reaction causes wars. Reaction causes strife. When you react, people would do anything out of. I don't know why I'm talking about this today. People would do anything to push your buttons. Basically, literally anything to push your buttons. But you can't allow them to win. You can't. You got to be the bigger person in any situation that you are involved in. You got to counteract. But the only way to counteract, notice I say counteract, not counter react. You got to learn to counteract. So that takes a response. That takes some thinking. Sometimes you got to be quick on the handle in your thinking and in your processing. But you just don't react. If somebody pops you upside your head right now, the natural action is pop you straight back. But sometimes that might not be the correct response, because you're allowing somebody to get to you. And I just use that as an analogy because I think that is the most that's probably the best analogy that we all can what's the word I'm looking for, that we all can agree with, or that we all can what is the word I'm looking for? See, that's crazy. That we all can identify with. Normally, people can identify that if somebody hit me, I'm hitting them straight back. But is that always the right thing to do? And that's what we got to learn in this season. We got to learn the right thing to do. Wow. Um, I'm right now. I'm gonna do a live later, but I'm responding. I'm not reacting because I could have reacted to the current situations. What's up, bro? The current situations that's going on. But that's not what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna respond. Your response is way greater than your reactions. What's up, Brian? How you doing up in Houston? How much snow did y'all get? Yeah, Richmond, Texas, right? I hope it ain't Richmond, Virginia. How much snow did y'all get? We got well, the news say 3 to 5 inches. Looks like probably about 2 inches out of my yard. I'm looking out the window right now, and I actually wanted to see the snow. I said, well, if it's gonna snow, let it go ahead and snow so I can literally see it. So stayed up late. My wife's like, babe, it's snowing. So got to look at it a little bit. But then I was like, you know what? I got to be up in a few hours. So let me lay my head back down. It is a kind morning. I just jumped on here real quick, keep my numbers up for one. But just to say a little something, something. But I am planning on, a bit over 1.5 inches. That's good. I am planning on in the near future here getting some content so I can come on more regular and talk about some things more than just wrestling, you know, because I know we're deeper than that. All of us are. TJ does a great job with his content, but TJ's a singer, man. Got time to do all that, but I'm gonna make the time because I got to start talking on some business things. I got to start promoting my G Spice. So I got to start doing all those kind of things. Even on the spiritual side, I got to start talking more about spirituality, about God. Yeah, you can handle the politics thing. I may talk a little bit on politics, but you can handle that. That's your vein. But you got to do it from a non-biased standpoint. That's the hardest part for anybody to do it from a non-biased standpoint, especially when they identify with the party. I even told my wife that. She said, "What is that I for?" I said, "Well, that's independent, but even independent side with the side." I said, "If they were truly independent, then they won't side with another party. They'll be independent. They have their own party. When they run for president, they won't run with either the Democrats or the Republicans. They will run as an independent." So that's my thought on that. If you're gonna be independent, be independent. Use that progressive. You can have conservative. You can have use that a liberal, but there's still something that's setting you apart. So choose ye what side you're gonna be on. If you're gonna be a Republican, be a Republican. If you're gonna be a Democrat, be a Democrat. But if you're gonna be an independent, you're gonna be Green Party, you're gonna be Libertarian, then be that. But that's where we are right now. You know, I think even in a church or a religious sense, even non-denomination. I uploaded pics. Okay, cool. I think I'll do the same. Even in the religious world or the Christian world, in the church world, I put it that way. You have organizations within organizations. You have religions within religions. You have doctrines within doctrines. You, you have denominations. All these they start their thing. They get a different. They start their own umbrella, but then you got all these different branches, and that's how politics is too. Yeah. So when we get back to what I said, I just want people to learn how to just process some things, how to use their mind, how to respond rather than react, you know. And I think that'd be good. Well, don't see, take time to process that response because even though, voting is our right, voting is our right. I thought the same thing as a reaction. But as a response, voting is our right, and you don't have to side with the party. You know what I'm saying? The last time I voted, and I don't know even tell people how I voted, but the last time I voted, start going back to non-denomination. Yeah. But even with, like I was saying, even with a non-denomination, there's a denomination that somebody followed, somebody came out of. They'll say they're not denomination, but they still have their own set of rules as well. So you got to be careful with that. But as far as the voting thing, I think the last few tickets I voted on, um, especially on like a local level, it was different. I voted for some Republicans, I voted for some Democrats, I voted for some independents, some Libertarians, some Green Party, because I like that balance. But also I read what that person says that they believe in. Try to check the check record, but that's a lot of stuff you got to do. But I at least read the ticket, and I read what each individual said that they're going to do for the state, for the city, for the nation, whatever that we are, whatever they're running for, whatever office they're running for, even down to the judges, down to the city officials. So I just don't follow no ticket line. I get emails from Republicans and from the Democrats, but I don't follow no party line. Yep. And I don't donate. But that's just me. But on that okay, Brian, have a good day. Reception is poor right now. Now reception is great, but reception is fair. So have a phenomenal day, man, and stay safe. Stay warm. Yeah, I'm on in. All right, this is crazy. Actually, I took the screen off. Nope, wasn't that. See you later, dude. Trying to